Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Let's go. Hit the likes up. Let's get the likes on, man. RawTruth Media. RawTruth Media. Let's go. Undefeated. Undefeated. They can never take this away from you all. They can never take away this dominance. If you're a SWAC fan, if you're a fan of good football, if you're a fan of Jackson State, let me know that you're here. Undefeated is undefeated. Let them know, because Jackson State done set it off. They took it. And a lot of people were saying, well, they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose against FAMU. They're going to lose against such and such. And they're undefeated. I told y'all this was going to happen. Ken Clark told you this was going to happen. Zoe told you this was going to happen. Kobe of Blitz City Podcast told you this was going to happen. Swag Buzz told you this was going to happen. Hoop Jargon told you this was going to happen. Jackson State done set it off on the FCS and the FBS. Yes, I'm talking my shit. You You think I give a damn? They done set it off. They took over this match. What's good, everyone? This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Now, I see a couple shines in here and player haters. Let me see. 45 and living says, I've never seen 11-0 team get an overreaction. Well, how many SWAC teams have undefeated regular seasons? Don't worry, I'll wait. Now, HBCU family, SWAC family, JSU fam, how many times have we seen SWAC teams go undefeated in the regular season? Winning all of their regular season games and non-conference games? Yes. See, the most important part, before Jackson State acquired Coach Prime, they didn't want your school to win these games. They wanted somebody else to be the winner. And now they're saying that, oh, you're just undefeated. Come on, how many HBCU teams are undefeated? Not too many. And they still got work to do because they got to play the SWAC championship. And then they got to play against the MEAC champion at the Celebration Bowl. This is a day of celebration. This is a day of our people coming together. No matter if you're a fan of Jackson State or not, you gotta support Black dominance. This is what you're seeing. And if you're a Black man and woman that love to see our people dominate in sports, you gotta applaud. Even if you're a rival to this team called Jackson State. Right, B Fresh says, we're not worried about the haters. You think the Jackson State fans are worried about the haters tonight? They drinking them the best liquor tonight. They eating the best food tonight. They having a good old time tonight. I know. You think they give a damn about people critiquing their school? Because here's the fun fact. If Jackson State and Coach Prime weren't doing what they were doing, the notoriety that everybody gets wouldn't happen. Yes, I'm saying it. Nobody would get the notoriety they're getting now if it wasn't for Coach Prime and Jackson State. Now, I know Sean don't want to admit it, but it's true. But let's talk about Travis Hunter, man. Travis Hunter done took over the game. 14 points by his damn self. Yes, I cuss. It's okay. 14 points by his damn self. An interception for a touchdown. A receiving touchdown that should make the top 10 ESPN highlights. Jackson State put on a show. I know there were some errors, but didn't I tell you in the pregame? If you watch my pregame video, what did I tell y'all? That this is a rivalry game and do not put stock into how close the game is going to be. This is Alcorn State versus Jackson State. Alcorn State has pride. They're not going to allow Jackson State to just put on a fireworks show on offense. It's a rivalry game. And there were a lot of FCS teams who were playing off today. But since Jackson State is the team that everybody looks at, there's overplaying. But I want to say shout out to FAMU. FAMU has won all of their SWAC games. They beat Bethune-Cookman 41-20. My father's alma mater, Prairie View, come on, man. They lost to Mississippi Valley State 27-7. Now, I'm happy for Coach Dancy because he's a good brother. Peace and blessings, David Williams. Peace and blessings, Southbound 3000. G. Jones, he said, put that foot back down, baby. Here's the kicker. Texas Southern got upset by Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M put 21 points in the fourth quarter. Man, they got to they got to get Andrew Body some help, man. Shout out to the DMV. Much love. Carmelo Moody says salute. And if you want to give to the channel to help grow and to prosper, you could donate to Cash App. Here's a Cash App information on the screen. Whether it's $1 or $2, it's all love. I appreciate every single one of you. RawTruth Media. It's a family. Shout out to Sonic Boom C98. He said someone said on the stream that Mike Leach and a big time coach who runs this offense said it doesn't usually get good until year 2. I could believe that. Yeah, Sonic Boom. PV, they disappointed me. Yeah, Ken and Zoe told everybody what was going to happen. Shout out to my brothers right there. Shout out to the whole Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club with the K. Shout out to Savion Wilkinson for reaching 1,000+ yards. And he only did it with 21 carries. Roger Joe says Travis Hunter beat Alcorn State. It looks like it. This was a Travis Hunter game. Simply Beautiful says, yes, Travis Hunter got that W. That defense did the damn thing. Yes, undefeated. Man, y'all got to be celebrating, man. How many times this happened? I don't care if the scores are close or not. It's just, this is historic right here, man. Jackson State has never been undefeated. You know how many great teams they had? Remember the 96 team with that high-powered offense? Remember the 2000 team with those NFL players? Remember the teams with Robert Brazile, Dr. Doom, and many other legends, Walter Payton? They didn't even go undefeated. And that was a damn talented team. Shout out to Sophia Lamar. Peace and blessings, my sisters, for believing in the channel and supporting the channel. Said she wants everyone to know that Jackson State is 11-0. Ooh, that rhymes too. Ooh, that rhymes. Sophia Lamar wants everyone to know that Jackson State is 11-0. And just for that, we got to make it rain. Thank you for donating to the channel, my sister. Shout out to Ed Houston holding it down for the mods. And like he said, welcome to the intelligent conversation. This is not a channel for buffoonery. This is a channel, even if you disagree with me, state why you disagree. We don't need no buffoons tonight. Shout out to Val Russell from the Caribbeans. Yeah, man, yeah. Sonic Boom said, DJ SWAC Bus HBCU Overdrive, all about to be live at this. Hey, it's all love, man. Those are my brothers, man. And here's the thing about YouTube. Here's the great thing about YouTube. Whoever misses each other's channel, right? They're gonna watch it the next day. So I really, when I do YouTube, it's really just therapy. To talk with the family and just talk about football and sports. Yeah, that Travis Hunter toe tap was the shiznit. Shout out to my brother HBC Overdrive. Subscribe to his channel, man. Texas native there, man. You know I got to support the Texas folks, man. Has an underrated channel. He needs to be at 1,000 subs right now. HBCU Overdrive talks about all HBCUs. He's not here for clout. He's really a good brother. Let's help get HBCU Overdrive with Doc Holliday to 1,000 subs. You talking about a real one? He's a real one. And guess what? When the SWAC football season is over, HBCU Overdrive would still be talking about HBCUs. So he's very consistent. Shout out to his channel. Shout out to my brother, Day One supporter, Big Spell One, for the $9.99 super chat to help grow this channel out. You talking about a Day One? Big Spell One was around this channel when it was 100 subs. What was this, like 2019? You, Jargon, many others. I need to make another edit, man, with Dollar Bill, with Bernie Mac and Players Club. Money. Man, thank you all for the support, man. I appreciate everyone, man. I'm going to make more videos. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, if you got an idea of a video you want me to make, let me know so I can make it for you. It can be any topic. And you know me, I don't care how many views a video gets. I just want the message to get out. That's all that matters to me. But Jackson State, man, you won 24-13 against your arch rival, one of them, because, you know, Southern's the number one rival. No matter if the score was 3 points or 5 points, when you beat Alcorn, it means something. And for those who act like, you know, they're scoreboard watching and not watching the game, they don't understand rivalries. They don't understand that Alcorn State was trying to play their best football. This was their championship to Alcorn State, as I expected. And I like that quarterback, Lawrence, the sophomore, Trey Lawrence. He's promising. I know he threw the interception, but defense was just firing all day. Also, salute to Jarvion Howard. He's the truth. Jarvion Howard is the truth. I don't know if it's NFL, but he's going to play pro somewhere. XFL, the USFL, he's going to play pro. Undefeated, never lost, man. That's woo. Woo. Man, I don't know about y'all. I got a drink in my hand. I didn't even go to Jackson State, but I love Black excellence. I will never apologize for Black excellence. We are some great people, inventors, politicians, people who are active in the community. We got to celebrate Black excellence. I don't care if it's your rival, but you at least got to admit when a team is doing well and changing the game. At least got to admit that, hey, Coach Prime and Jackson State, they're changing the game for all of us. Jones says the Alcorn quarterback showed nuts. Yeah, he got guts, man. I like his game. And for the people hating on Fred McNair, Fred McNair is one of the best coaches in HBCUs. And you would be a fool to have him go. I don't want to hear that bull crap. Fred McNair is a legend, not only as a player, but as a coach. And I really believe when Alcorn State sat out that COVID year, that was probably the worst thing to happen to Alcorn State because they was falling behind. Yeah, JJ, it's making teams better, man. Hey, remember that video I made this past summer? No, the past spring. It was signing day. And I showed you how all the HBCU schools recruiting has improved. I showed everyone proof. In the FCS rankings, you saw more HBCUs in the top 10. So I don't want to hear that lie that Jackson State is only doing well for themselves and nobody else. It's hard to overthrow what Coach Prime is doing. This is prime time Deion Sanders. So you're not going to be over what they're doing, but what you want to wish and aspire to do is to get close enough to it. What Coach Prime is doing in social media is record breaking. And just because your school is not Jackson State doesn't mean you can't do your – look at North Carolina Central. I know they almost lost today, but still, North Carolina Central won the MEAC because they focused on their school. They weren't worrying about Jackson State. They weren't hating on other schools. They were worried about winning the MEAC. And look at South Carolina State. I got respect for Buddy Pugh. But let's be real. What did South Carolina State fans talk about this whole offseason? What about me? We're better in Jackson State. We beat them in Celebration Bowl. That's all they were saying. And they lost today. And they had a horrible season because they were worried about everybody else and not worried about themselves. Yeah, North Carolina A&T, they disappointed me with that loss. You've been beating teams. You've been improving. North Carolina A&T was one of the most improved teams before that loss. That was a bad loss. That was a horrible loss. Where's the South Carolina State punter? Watching the Celebration Bowl? Hey, man, it's all love, though. He was showboating like a bug in that, man. It's all love. I like his punting style. I ain't going to front. Yeah, I did not expect Gardner Webb to beat North Carolina A&T like that at all. You talk about the Jackson State Alcorn State game. If you talk about that game, that score was 24-13. And if you're talking about North Carolina A&T, let me get that final score. It was horrible. It's loading up right now. Because I was flipping through channels. I was like, what the hell is going on? Shout out to my brother Dextorius Crockett. All access Dex, man. It's all love over here, man. Another day one supporter who supported this channel before it was even anything, man. Salute to you, my brother. Shout out to Flight. Good brothers right there. 38-17. 38-17. The North Carolina A&T lost to Gardner Webb. NCAA, man. This was your chance to really make noise. Wait a minute. Gardner Webb didn't lose a game in conference. So it looks like Gardner Webb, they're going to the playoffs. Gardner Webb's going to the playoffs, and North Carolina A&T is not. This was the Big South was a weak conference. Gardner Webb lost all of their non-conference games, but won all of their conference games. North Carolina A&T lost one conference game, and that was against Gardner Webb. They blew it. They could have been in the playoffs. That's sad, man. Now, I'm not trying to tell you too much of my family dynamic, but I do have some kin folks. Shout out to Fayetteville, North Carolina, by the way, that have went to North Carolina A&T. They hit me up on text. They are pissed off. That's all I'm about to say. They are pissed off. And for those, and fam, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. Oh man, I hate it. I hate that North Carolina A&T lost their game. Well, they ain't gonna ruin my day. They ain't gonna ruin my day, man. Shout out to Jackson State. I'm telling y'all, man. North Carolina A&T is not gonna ruin my day. Like and share this video, like Sonic Boom said, man. We got 400 plus people in the chat. Let's get it to 400 plus likes. And for Shedeur Sanders, now a lot of people are going to look at the stats and say, well, he didn't put up enough yards. But all I want Shedeur Sanders to do is to control the game. I know he had that one pick, but did you know he threw for 8 yards per pass? What I want to see next year from this team, I want to see a solid receiver core. like the same 5 receivers. Now, what I'm about to say, a lot of people have not brought this up, but I will bring it up. The reason why there's miscommunication from the receivers is because when you have so much in the rotation, there's could be missed routes, people running a different route than what the quarterback wants. So next year, I hope this happens, to have the receiver core set, your top 5. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to play 10 receivers. That could still happen. But your top 5 receivers are the ones who are always going to play. So they know the routes. They know where Shadir likes to have the ball. It will make it a lot easier. I've talked to coaches about this. I've talked to so many people about that. And balance, like Sadiq Boo said, balance from running and passing. So if a defensive team is allowing the run lanes to be open, take advantage of that. Shout out to Day One Dextorius Crockett, All Access Dex, for the $10 super chat. He said, RawTruth rocks. Let's throw some money on it. No doubt. Keisha Dixon says, Alcorn game, them cats hell. Gave them cats. Yeah, Alcorn came with it, man. Sonic Boom said, we should be getting to the second level more with the running game. I definitely agree with that. When I see a Jackson State's offense, I see untapped potential. And that's a scary good thing. Because when they're clicking on all cylinders, there's no one in the FCS that can beat them. And you could say North Dakota State and all these other teams, they could be beat too. They lost games this year. But I tell you what, there's one undefeated team I know. There's one undefeated team that doesn't know what it feels like to lose. There's one undefeated team that got the whole social media game on lock. There's one undefeated team that are the best show on turf, and that's Jackson State. Let it be known. Now, the other teams, and there will be most likely a team that wins the playoff and the FCS playoff, and they will not be undefeated. But we know one team that is. If they handle business, of course, because you don't want to sleep on the SWAC West Division champ, and you don't want to sleep on the MEAC champ, which is North Carolina Central, who plays hard. And North Carolina Central has a damn good quarterback. That is a great idea. I don't see 98 says we need Bucky and a football team to start recording a basketball game. Hey, SWAC basketball is on another level right now. SWAC basketball, the SWAC is 3-0. Men's SWAC, we already know the women's is dominant. The women's is the standard for all of HBCUs and winning, beating FBS teams. But SWAC men's basketball is 3-0 against the Pac-12. Colorado lost to Grambling. Texas Southern beat Arizona State. Jackson State almost beat Tulsa. And I'm leaving out one more. Let me know who I left out. Let me look again. Man, the SWAC is just, they're on the level, man. This is a perfect time to watch SWAC basketball. Now, the MEAC has some good teams. You know, Norfolk State is the standard. North Carolina Central got some stars too. Shout out to Alcorn State for defeating Stephen F. Austin. And if you're a Texas native, you know that Stephen F. Austin is a perennial playoff team, not a playoff, but a tournament team. Prairie View A&M, they beat Washington State on Tuesday, and they beat them by double digits. Now you can say all you want, oh these Pac-12 teams ain't juggernauts, but when the last time you see some SWAC teams beat Power Fives in basketball? And the only reason why the SWAC would not have multiple teams in the playoffs is because the SWAC has scheduled so many tough matches that you look at the end of the season, you'd be like, how they got Power 5 wins, but there's such and such, the record ain't what it indicates. The SWAC is tougher, plus they're all scheduling juggernaut teams. But I'm loving this right now. I am loving this to the fullest. JJ says, I'm kind of scared of North Dakota State a little. I try not to bring North Dakota State, but I'll say it like this. I know how Jackson State is when they're the underdog. When Jackson State's the underdog, you kind of see the best of them. And that's the best version of Jackson State when they feel like their backs against the wall. Remember that first game against FAMU? I know these are two different teams, but when people are saying, oh, FAMU played a close game against North Carolina, that means that Jackson State may lose to FAMU. Remember that? And Jackson State blanked them. It was like 59-0. But we'll never know. We will never know. Yes, Sacramento State is no slouch. Matter of fact, there's only a few people know. I used to live in Washington State for a little bit. I'm very familiar with Sacramento State in the West Coast. They're the real deal. Their quarterbacks are legit. Their receivers are fast as hell, and they're smart. And if Sacramento State wins it all, I would not be surprised. Yeah, HBCU overdrive. They're no slouch. Man, just think what Coach Prime would do in this recruiting cycle, man. You saw what Travis is doing. Travis is playing both sides of the ball. Travis is man, I've never seen a freshman like a Travis Hunter. I've never seen it. It's been a long time, probably since Woodson. But I was a little kid then. That was in 98. That's about it. Travis Hunter, 2 catches for 49 yards, 24 yards for catch, touchdown on offense, pick 6 for 44 yards, shut down his side of the field. I mean, he did it all. DJ Bowler had 68 yards catching. And you know, speaking of BJ Bowler, he should have got the ball more this season. A lot of the receivers underperformed, really because of the quarterback offense. It wasn't clicking because I think he's very talented. Alcorn, don't hang your heads. You have a promising quarterback in Lawrence, Trey Lawrence, that is. Now, what you got to do, I know a lot of SWAC teams, HBCUs got that pride. Oh, we don't go in the transfer portal. I'm not saying go to the transfer portal like Alabama A&M and get a bunch of players that don't fit with your team. But get you some studs, man. Get you some players who graduated from a D1 program that is bought in. Get you some players that are some dogs, man. and you mix that with the high school recruits, it's 50-50 with this new college football. Yeah, we need 200. Well, let's up that. We need 300 plus likes. Let's get 300 plus likes. Scary part is Travis Hunter. He's not even 100% healthy. He looks like he's about 80%. And 80% of Travis is better than most. But I wanted to speak with you all for a few before I head out. I'm about to see the new Black Panther movie, Wakanda Forever. I hope it's a good movie. I don't want to be let down. I'm a big Marvel fan. Right? Although likes are for free. Hey, Lonnie Whitley, man, and Travis Hunter get in that weight room, and I know they're going to do – Coach Mo going to have them right. It's going to be trouble. This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings, peace and love, and I'm out.